Wanted to talk to you today about having a fiscal sponsor. I want to talk about the benefits, the pros and cons of a fiscal sponsor. First of all, why would you need a fiscal sponsor? If you're in the process of setting up your nonprofit 501c3, then a lot of grants will say you could use a fiscal sponsor. Fiscal sponsors are agency that's already seasoned, more than likely have a similar mission as yours or serve the same population, and that have all that paperwork in order while you're waiting on your status. A lot of times, this agency will charge 10 to 15%. If it's 20%, I would say that that's a little bit high, because I've even known people to use the Urban League, one of the most seasoned agencies in the country, and they don't even charge that amount either. So you want to look at what they charge in order to be your fiscal sponsor. What being a fiscal sponsor involves is submitting the grant. The grant will have your agency or your business name on it, but it will come from the fiscal sponsor submissions and also from them, all their paperwork, etc. So, that does require payment because they're the ones that's responsible for all the compliance issues. Although we don't pay taxes as nonprofit 501c3s, there is a 990, and this money has to be reported at the end of the year. So first, let's talk about the pros. The pros of using a fiscal sponsor is that if you're waiting or you just filed for your 501c3, you could immediately apply for grants if you find the right fiscal sponsor, and they could apply with you, and therefore you could get checks. IRS usually takes up to 6 months for your status, your nonprofit status. So this is a way that you could generate income immediately and not have to wait until you get your 501c3. That's one of the benefits. Another benefit is that it gives you some clout. I mean, if you pick the right agency and they apply for you with you, then it gives you some clout and also accountability if you do everything you said you were going to do in the grant. The con is that if you pick the wrong fiscal sponsor, then you could possibly not get the amount that was earmarked for you or that you asked for, because remember, the fiscal sponsor gets the check. That doesn't happen a lot if you pick the right one, but make sure that you pick someone you trust. A lot of people say no, they just rather wait on them getting their 501c3, but then you still have the issue on grants that a lot of times they want you to be in business a year, 2 years, 3 years. So you still have a waiting period. Getting a grant is not a sprint, it's a marathon. They advertise all this, get a grant, do this, but remember, it's a marathon. It takes time. It's a lot of nonprofits all over the country, and everybody has good ideas, but the truth is about 90% of nonprofits use their own money and do not receive a lot of grants. So using a fiscal sponsor is something that you and your board should discuss. It's something that's a personal choice with your agency. It's not anything that everybody does or everybody doesn't do. So think about using a fiscal sponsor or not. This is That Grant Lady, Dr. Rhonda Turpin. Have a great day.